Jensen, editor of the Bladen Journal. Welcome to the Saturday Show. My guest today is Eddie Madden, town manager for the town of Elizabethtown. Eddie, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you coming and talking about the downtown revitalization project. The first question is if you can answer what the status of the project is right now.
We're glad to. On March the 11th, we plan to open bids for the downtown project. In all, we expect that there will be as many as 19 contractors participating in the bidding process. And on the 11th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the town hall, we'll be opening those bids. From there, the engineering firm from W.K. Dixon out of Wilmington will evaluate those bids. And on Monday the 15th, we'll be selecting the lowest or the best bid and award that contract that day.
Okay. When will the visible part of the project actually start out here? When will people be actually be able to see what's going on?
Well, with the project starting April 15th effectively with the contract award date, the mobilization period should begin shortly thereafter. Worst case scenario, we're expecting that work should commence within 4 to 6 weeks after that date. So we're hoping certainly by 1st of April we'll see work and activity beginning with equipment coming on site and other things taking place as well.
And that work will include things like sidewalks being done and those kinds of things now, but some work has already been done.
That's right. We spent most of the winter doing utility relocations. It's hard to notice that type of work, but it's a critical part of our project, a very expensive part of our project. The relocations of cable and telephone and power lines and some fiber optic lines that the DOT has in our area. All that's taking place over the winter, so that in this next phase, when we start demolishing sidewalks, the only remaining utilities will be overhead street lights that will be very easy to relocate.
Okay. Once that sidewalk work and those kind of things get started, how is that going to affect businesses and customers downtown?
Well, obviously this is going to be an interruption of service for most everyone. It will be inconvenient for a while, and it will be a slow and tedious process. We're not expecting it to be something that will that won't have some impact. We've taken the necessary steps though, because we know we're approaching spring and ultimately the summer season, so that we've added to our contract, our bidding documents, that any work that takes place after June 1st must be done at night, after 5 p.m. and ceasing before 8 a.m. the next morning. So in addition to that, we're requiring temporary ramps or walkways to the storefronts. There might be some rerouting of traffic. Parking might be an issue from time to time, but the contractors realize that this is a very busy part of town. They can't disturb more than one side of the street at a time, and no more. They can't work in more than one block at a time. So hopefully, by taking those necessary steps, we'll minimize the impact.
Eddie, the last thing that we're interested in knowing, I know that the town has a project for residents to participate and contribute to this revitalization effort. Where does that stand, and what can people do if they still would like to contribute?
Well, it's still ongoing, and we have a number of people come by on a daily basis actually to purchase the bricks that we'll be placing downtown. And we have brochures at the town hall as well as at various locations in town where one can pick up an application, choose the item that they'd like to purchase or donate, and then we take care of all of the engraving, particularly for the brick, for the donor. The cost of the bricks are $50 for a standard size brick and $200 for a larger one where a business or a person with multiple family members can purchase a brick to do that. And we've sold a number of those and continue to do so. We have presented to local nonprofits and organizations in town about purchasing street trees and benches and street planters and all of the other items that are available for donation as well. And that's going well. That's going quite well, I think. And so we're continuing with that process as well.
Do you have an idea right now when this project may be complete? Any target date?
Well, we know that this is a part of a much bigger project that DOT is involved with. They have a storm drainage project that is from Pine Street to Peanut Road that will be led to bid in May, and they'll be working alongside us and simultaneous to our project. And it's DOT's plan, as I understand it, to resurface the entire section of Peanut Road through our project in late fall of this year. So there will be activity and work throughout the rest of 2010. Our project won't take that long, but the resurfacing portion will.
Okay. Well, Eddie, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate the information.
My pleasure.